Hi tech lovers, welcome back to Fast Cabling. Today we're tackling a challenge that many installers and system integrators run into, adding security cameras to a site that's already fully built, without turning the place into a construction zone. So our client is a busy shopping center. They wanted to roll out a surveillance system across their outdoor plaza, dozens of cameras mounted on the light posts. Their original plan was trench the ground, lay conduit, pull Cat6 cable, and connect everything back to the control room. They even pre-mounted the cameras on the light pole based on the design. Then the quotes came in. Management took one look at the cost, the disruption to tenants and shoppers, and they pulled the plug. Trenching was simply too expensive and too invasive, so they needed a different way. That's where we come in. Instead of digging, we proposed a completely wireless backhaul solution using an outdoor point-to-multipoint bridge system. No trenches, no mess, and the best part is, we can use the mall's existing light poles as the perfect mounting points. So let me walk you through exactly how we made this work. So the heart of our setup is the 802.11b outdoor wireless point-to-multipoint bridge kit. I'll put the link in the description. But now, what's this? It's a pair of devices, an access bridge, and multiple client bridges. That creates a high-speed wireless link over long distances. Think of it as invisible Ethernet cable that can span hundreds of meters, even kilometers. And these kits support PTMP, point-to-multipoint, meaning one access bridge can talk to multiple client bridges up to 100 simultaneously. The technology behind it is 802.11be, also known as Wi-Fi 7. That gives us extremely low latency, high throughputs, and better handling of interference, critical in a busy outdoor environment with lots of Wi-Fi noise. The bridges operate in the 5 GHz and 6 GHz bands, and they come with directional antenna that focuses the signal exactly where you need it. So in our shopping center scenario, we mount one access bridge at the central location, let's say the edge of the main building, and then we mount client bridges on each light post where we have a camera. The access bridge broadcasts a beam that covers up to a 90 degrees horizontal sector. As long as all the client bridges are within that 90 degrees window and within line of sight, they can all connect seamlessly. And this is perfect for a plaza because the light poles are usually arranged in a fan shape around a central point. So we can position the access bridge to face the entire area, and each client bridges get a strong, stable connection back to the control room. And now let's zoom out and look at our system architecture. At the control center, we have our 24-port managed PoE switch. We're only demonstrating one set of our wireless bridge on our demo board today, but the actual shopping center will use several kits, and each with its own client bridges and cameras. The switch is the central hub. It can provide PoE and also connects all the devices and aggregates their video stream onto the network. But most importantly, today we are using fiber optic cable to connect our access bridge to our switch. While some access bridge is located at the edge of the main building, which might be 100 meters or more from the control room. While Cat6 can go up to 100 meters, we chose fiber for several advantages. First, fiber is immune to electromagnetic interference, so no worries about nearby power lines or heavy equipment. Second, it allows much longer distances without signal degradation. And third, it's thinner and lighter, making it easier to route through existing cable conduits. So let's begin the setup. First, we'll use a short patch cord to connect our 24-port managed PoE switch to our network video recorder so we can display video footage. Then I'm going to connect the fiber optic cable to the access bridge. Today we're using this pre-made 2-string fiber optic cable so we can have one for spare. Since this is pre-made, so we don't have to worry about the connector, just plug and play. Before I plug it in, we need SFP transceiver. This is where we connect to the fiber optic cable, and you can choose the transceiver based on the fiber type and the distance. Now let's slide it into the SFP slot. So now we are going to get the data from our access bridge. Our access bridge actually has an SFP port, and I already slide in the SFP transceiver. So all we need to do is plug in our fiber optic cable. This is string B. Alrighty. Then we are going to power it up by using power over Ethernet. We're going to connect it to a PoE injector, or we can use a separate power source. Then it will broadcast its wireless signal to the client bridges. Now mounting is surprisingly simple. The access bridge has a pole mounting bracket, so we can attach it to a sturdy pole on the roof or at the corner of the main building. Now face it toward the plaza. We then adjust the angle so that its 90-degree sector cover all the client bridge locations. So on the client side, each client bridge is mounted high onto a light pole. It has a special mounting bracket so we can mount it on a pole easily. Now for the client bridges, we are going to power it with a PoE injector as well. So plug in the Ethernet cable and connect with the PoE port. Now for the LAN port, we connect another Ethernet cable that goes to the camera so we can have the data. And the powering is easy. The camera is already powered up since this is a light pole. For our second bridge, we're basically doing the same thing. And this is same for every bridge. PoE port. And for the LAN port, connect to the camera. Alright. So now we power everything up and the clients automatically associate with the access bridge. And there's one important tip. When aiming the bridges, we can use the built-in indicator. All you need to do is log in the web interface through a computer, because a slight rotation can make a big difference in throughput. But once it's logged in, the link is rock solid. And make sure you match the bridges. Now you have to set the access bridge as access bridge and our client bridges as client. And you have to also select PTMP mode because it also supports point-to-point. So after you select everything, make sure you match the SSID, the password, and then you're done. Alright, so now we are getting the live video feed. Let's look at our big screen monitor. Now we have one online already because this one is connected first. The actual video feed, you can see the quality is excellent. Clear images, smooth motion, and no dropouts. So we took a project that was stalled because of trenching costs, and we turned it around with a wireless solution that uses the existing light poles. Requires no digging. So in the real shopping center, we'll have more cameras, but the bandwidth of 802.11b is so high that we can easily handle a dozen or more clients on the same access bridge, as long as the total throughput stays within limits. So this approach saves our client time, money, and headaches. And the best part is, we can deploy it in days instead of weeks. So if you're facing a similar situation, I highly recommend checking out this bridge kits. I'll leave the link below. Thank you very much for joining us. And if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section. Like and subscribe for more real-world networking solution. And I'll see you in our next video.